There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? The Ernest Hancock Show.
Peace train sounding louder. Ride on the peace train. Come on, the peace train.
Yeah, the peace train may be sounding louder here, but I don't know if you're in the Middle East. It's not sounding too loud. You can't hear it over the rain of bombs. You know, we had a gentleman that was here last night, one of the activists, and we were talking. He did a stint in the U.S. Army. He was part of the invasion of Baghdad, and he was in charge. He did the fire control on those big boxes that have a bunch of rockets that go out. And he was telling us how they worked, and they would get fire missions from the helicopters or AWAC, whatever, over the target area, and they go, fire here, fire there, fire, because anybody shooting mortars or something, the second that they would fire something, boom, they knew exactly where it was, hit them. And what they did, their job was to make sure that there weren't friendlies in there, you know, to make an attempt to go, you know, well, we checked the little rock, nobody's supposed to be in that grid, and if they are, they're going to be dead, because here we go, rain and death. So what they would do is they'd, you know, and this all happened very fast. Mortar would go off, they go, yep, there's where it came from, fire. And they go, yeah, check, okay, clear, boom. There goes rockets, or a bunch of them. And they'd have, you know, different kinds. And one of them, the munition was a bunch of like golf balls that I think he said they were tungsten, which is very dense. It's like same density as gold. And tungsten, that's why they use it kind of, you know, make fake gold bars. But anyway, so they have tungsten going out, and these golf balls will explode. And he said it would be a kill radius of 50 yards. I'm like, wow, well, how many did go down range? He goes, hundreds. I'm going, wow. So he, as going into Baghdad, and he said, we fired himself. He says, I know that I fired at least 197 of these into Baghdad and Najaf and Fallujah and Tariq. There's all these different cities that they're just raining death on people. And it just, he goes, no. And then, of course, his stint's up, and they want him to be a recruiter. And he goes, nope, don't want to play. Well, if you don't, we're going to... Finally, eventually, he just got out. And he said, no, I'm good. He's in the Army. And to have this weigh on you, I mean, it gets to a point to where, you know, you have to do something to try to make peace with yourself. Being involved as an activist and advocating for Ron Paul for years, this is, you know, where he's progressed. Now, he goes inside the Republican Party. Now, a lot of the activists here, there's no way that you can tell them not to do it. I mean, in fact, they need to do it to see how bad it is. So I always encourage you, go get them, learn, man, go give them up first. Go in, and they're like, oh my goodness, this is so corrupt from just a systemic thing. So what good do you do inside the party? You can take it over. You're still in a party. I mean, this politic thing, I don't have a whole lot of use for it. I haven't voted for a long time, but you have a free soapbox. Maybe sometimes it's not so free, but you have a platform. I am all about giving Dr. Paul the platform to give him what for. And, you know, and this is the kind of things they're talking about the economy. They're going, where'd all manufacturing jobs go? We've known this for a long time. Since I started this in the late 80s, I'm going, man, it's like they're doing to us on purpose. Why? What's going on? I don't think the full story is out yet, but the question got asked, and I want to share that with you.
Insky, he is a small business owner from Harrisville, New Hampshire. And Mike, what question do you have tonight?
Well, for the candidates, I'd like to know how they plan on returning manufacturing jobs to the United States.
Congressman Paul, why don't you start with that one?
Pretty important, because everything we've done in the last 20 or 30 years, we've exported our jobs. And when you have a reserve currency of the world and you abuse it, you export money. That becomes the main export, so it goes with the money. You have to invite capital. The way you get capital into a country, you have to have a strong currency, not a weak currency. Today, it's a deliberate job of the Federal Reserve to weaken our currency. We should invite capital back. First thing is we have trillions of dollars, at least over $1 trillion of U.S. money made overseas, but it stays over there because if they bring it home, they get taxed. If you want to, we need to get the Fed to quit printing the money, and if you want capital, you have to entice those individuals to repatriate their money and take the taxes off us, set up a financial system, deregulate and de-tax, to invite people to go back to work again. But as long as we run a program of deliberately weakening our currency, our jobs will go overseas, and that is what's happened for a good many years, especially in the last decade.
Okay, now what happened?
Congressman Paul, this is for you. The federal government...
Okay, we'll go ahead and get that a little bit. Now, what happened? What'd you see there if you're watching the video? Newt Gingrich is over there nodding. Yeah, what he said. Yep. Congress got it together, man. I'm on his side. Vote for me. So this is, it's becoming more and more accepted that Dr. Paul knows exactly what he's talking about. Those of us that have been in business, those of us that have paid any remote amount of attention, those of us that have read respected economists, certainly Austrian, is that you're looking at an obvious cause and effect. Of course people are going to take their money out of the country. Of course they're going to relocate their manufacturing. Of course they're not going to repatriate it back. Of course. Why? Because every freaking system is set to discourage it. This is so obvious to anybody that even pays even a little bit of attention. But what happens from the left? It's not about how much better the lives of the people in the country would be by having different policies, by not having all this like giving GM to the unions. It's not about how the American people would benefit from more manufacturing here, lower taxes, and less government intrusion. It's not about that. It's about how much the individuals that get these policies and laws changed to benefit them and their friends are affected. Not us as a society, not America as a whole, not individuals, them. And where do we see this more than anywhere? Well, everywhere. But I mean, the most recent has been the banks. Now, they got into that a little bit, too. We got time. Let's go ahead and play another segment here. This is always fun to watch.
Government now assists many industries. Green jobs, the auto industry, research and development, all get subsidies. Given the current state of the economy, what standards do you have, if any, for government assistance to private enterprise?
Well, there shouldn't be any government assistance to private enterprise. It's not morally correct. It's not legal. It's bad economics. It's not part of the Constitution. If you allow an economy to thrive, they'll decide how R&D works or where they invest their monies. But when the politicians get in and direct things, you get the malinvestment. They do the dumb things. They might build too many houses, and they might not direct their research to the right places. So, no, it's a fallacy to think that government and politicians and bureaucrats are smart enough to manage the economy, so it shouldn't happen.
All right, these are the Republicans, the conservative candidates. Every time you applaud, I know you're happy with the answer, you're taking...
Yeah, see, that's another thing. Every time you applaud, well, guess who's getting all the applause? So this is something that has changed. How will that manifest itself in this election cycle? I don't know. I'm definitely anti, central planning, campaign controlling, directing, just what he just said. We have the politicians directing who this, and what the hell do you think the difference is with a campaign? There's some difference there? That's exactly what it is. It's telling you what to do. Oh, and by the way, give them your money so they can tell you what to do with the money that you gave them to be able to tell you what they want you to do. There's a use for the I know they need support for, whatever basic structure and just help getting around doing whatever and targeted, and they know better for how they want to play delegates and all that kind of stuff. But if you're counting on some central authority, central command, even Dr. Paul's campaign, to take care of you advocating for liberty and what you want, the voice that you have, that has been the most, I'd say, it's not that it happens so much that I'm, getting all freaked out about it, but that is the one thing, the one issue that I have been adamant about, doing everything I can to discourage this laziness, this turning over of your voice to even Dr. Paul's campaign. What made the Levolution so successful, what made it so earth-changing, was that you got off your butt and went and expressed yourself. Oh, And how much permission did you ask? Are you feeling you need permission? Are you looking for some group to, do something with you? How about you just start? If it's a good idea, those will join. If they don't, probably wasn't that good an idea. So we're starting signs again this Friday. I make the place available, got all the staff. Yep, we're ready to go. I've been waiting on you now. Well, now they're encouraged. Here they come. It begins again here in Arizona. We gave you guys the opportunity to have a big head start. How you doing? Well, here comes Arizona. You watch. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.